Hey y'all, it's your girl Mina. Today I am going to show y'all something really simple. It's a quick and easy way to hide some vegetables. If you got grandkids or kids like I do that don't really care for especially green leafy vegetables, put them in some spaghetti sauce, y'all. So what I did was I took a package of frozen spinach. That's definitely a vegetable that nobody likes in the house except me. So I added it to the pasta water right before I drained the pasta, just to blanch it a little bit. I drained that and then I added it to my spaghetti sauce. And the only other veggie I have in the spaghetti sauce was onions. I didn't want to overload them and have a bunch of, pretty colored vegetables, but then they don't want to eat the spaghetti. And I have smoked sausage in here also. And we gave this a good mix. And you can put, like I said, any whatever type of vegetable. One thing I will say is definitely if you're going to add something like this, add a little tiny bit of sugar in it. I always put sugar in my spaghetti anyway, but definitely add a pinch of sugar, to kind of offset the bitterness of that. You could do kale in here, spinach. Heck, you might even be able to put some cabbage up in there. I don't know. But like I said, it worked for my grandbabies. They fired on it. Matter of fact, the pickiest one asked for seconds, y'all. Yes, she did. So we're gonna plate it up, and I'm gonna show you what it looked like. And they did notice, they asked me what was it. What's this green stuff, Jama? And I told them that it was a seasoning, and that was it. They asked me that one time. They fired on it, and that was that. I added a little bit of grated Parmesan on top. And like I said, you can switch it up how and do it how you want to, but this right here is a great idea. Great way to hide some veggies. Thank me later, y'all. Stay blessed. Thank you for watching.